Okay, let's go over something here. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about Ja Morant. Ja Morant, of course, all-star, face of the Grizzlies. Could it have been an All-NBA first-team ballot if he didn't get subbed out over what looked to be 2 game suspension to an 8 game suspension, missing over a quarter of the game, over being viewed over an IG Live for flashing a gun over while streaming while he was airing out a video over live on his Instagram. He was already given negative press for already getting in an alleged physical altercation after a basketball game with like 17-year-old and getting into a fight, beating him up, and then here he is flashing over a gun while he's listening to music with one of his friends on one of his videos, and this friend just tried to immediately take the phone away to make sure his Ja's career doesn't try to get ruined. Ja already has a signature shoe. I already saw it live over on the Dick's Sporting Goods. Ja's one of the premier young athletes that's around my age, and he's already trying to ruin most of his PR. And I get it. He's a legal adult, but he's a legal adult with people that are supposed to be supporting him and people that are supposed to be there morally for him. I don't give a shit if his father's a grown man being like, "Oh, he got to fight his own battles. He got to." You're there. Unlike other people in this life, there should be veterans, guys that are in the league, that have had tenure in the league, have been smart with their money, as smart with their personal lives. I don't think anybody would have an issue if you went to a gun range pulling up with a gun, but flashing that out and still trying to elicit a gang culture when you're just a basketball player and there's been no background over Ja Morant's young career, or at least before he's made it to the NBA, that he's been solicited with type of gang violence or urban relations, when he's had his fucking deadbeat father show up to majority of his games. He came out of a prestigious high school where he was playing basketball, made it over to Marquette, and pulled over being the number 2 draft behind Zion Williamson, winning Rookie of the Year, becoming an All-Star, and would have been perennial NBA second or first team if it wasn't for his mixture of games already. His team was second best before they got shut down by the Los Angeles Lakers in the playoff series. There is still a lot of time for Ja Morant to make something of himself, and here he is, just pissing that away just for some type of thing he's trying to solicit. I don't know what type of misunderstanding that you could have flashing over a gun every time that you're alone. What are you trying to solicit? What is Ja's relation with whoever the hell he's getting himself involved with? Any other NBA player, especially veterans, would tell you that they've been solicited or with bad relations, or at least some type of gang culture, like DeMar DeRozan, Carmelo Anthony, J.R. Smith. They tell you yourselves you gotta separate yourself from that type of background or those type of relationships that would hold you back from possibly potential wealth, knowing that certain athletes, especially Bradley Beal, can make $250 million and set their family for life. So I don't get this type of mentality that Ja Morant is trying to solicit, and the excuses that you can't tell a 23-year-old to fucking behave himself all because he's a legal drinking age does not mean he should not be able to get some type of guidance. Some people are fucking hypocrites. All because they're about that pay grade doesn't mean they're smart or mature enough. All because they're grown adults don't mean they have the equal amount of wisdom. When a 23-year-old or a 24-year-old is not set straight, some people have the right to tell them to set themselves straight. Oh, what is Ja gonna say to his father? Oh, fuck you, old man, you don't know any better? He doesn't know shit! You play basketball for a living to make millions. I'm not saying that doesn't take an amount of skill and hard work, but it's a bit more simplistic than a guy that has to make a fucking skyscraper. Alright? And they probably make not even a cent to what Ja makes. It it makes no difference. And how I'm even soliciting this over in the media that Ja's a grown man, it makes no sense to me. I think a 23-year-old still needs the type of experience and guidance that an older man could solicit to actually get them to the right path, so they don't fuck up their bread. In the PR scandals, there's still a lot of commercial potential that John Morant can even solicit. So possibly this could still be a slap on the wrist, where he might be missing half the season knowing all this stuff. And I'm not even gonna blame the friend here, because the friend was just trying to possibly record Ja and himself enjoying themselves in the car. Ja was possibly gonna say like we'll be back next year to make it to the championship, something to at least get some type of hype, knowing that certain players eliminated from the playoffs, need to get themselves some hype up, or just chill out over in the car. If it was just Ja, just chilling and goofing around on his friend on the IG live with 100 people watching, you expecting people not to see that? Even over if you guys work over in or in a corporate job, you still need to get yourself a convincible image that could not risk you getting fired. All because it's an open carry state over in the city of Memphis does not mean your job should be seeing you with a gun. All because it's legal doesn't mean certain people want to see you with it. All because weed is legal doesn't mean your mother doesn't want to see you smoking. All because guns are legal doesn't mean your billion-dollar corporate company that you're representing and you using that while you're trying to solicit some type of gang culture. It's not good. Ja's a goddamn idiot. And I thought Gilbert Arenas would have been enough an example not to always feel like you should be a shooter outside of the court. It makes no sense. It wouldn't have got me upset if John Morant had the type of behavior Dennis Rodman had. Because at least Dennis Rodman, he wasn't shown to always be the most likable guy. Even Shaquille O'Neal couldn't even tolerate his shenanigans. He was still there working, and he was been a major reason why the Chicago Bulls made it to those championship games. So that's just ridiculous mindset that we can tolerate. We can tolerate guys that can be a cancer in the locker room more than we can get a guy that just can't be showing up to work like that because he's gonna ruin the company. So that's my opinion I have in the matter of John Morant. Tell me how you guys feel down below in the comment section. Do you feel like John Morant's ruining his bag right now? I'm kidding. That's a rhetorical question at this point. Thanks for watching the TST show. Like, comment, subscribe if you feel that John Morant's doing the right thing or not. What do you suggest he would do? Or do you feel like he's blowing out of proportion? Tell me. I really don't care. Thanks for watching.
For what? Arresting me for what?